Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for standing by. Welcome to the Product Management View webinar series. During the presentation, all participants will be in a listen-only mode. If you would like to ask a question during the presentation, please use the chat feature located in the lower left corner of your screen. If you need to reach an operator at any time, please press *0. As a reminder, this conference is being recorded Wednesday, May 12, 2010. I would now like to turn the call over to Val Workman. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Madura. To those participating through ReadyTalk, Twitter, and those who will be reviewing the webinar as a podcast or flash presentation later, hello. I'd like to welcome you to this new session of the Product Management View series. I'm Val Workman from Ryma Technology Solutions, one of the sponsors of this webinar. And Jennifer, we're going to go ahead and get started. I appreciate your input as well. If you'd like to present in this webinar series or propose a topic by sending me an email at workmanv@rymatech.com. The PMV is all about distributing the shared experiences and with our members in our open product management community. And today, the PMV is the world's largest free repository of product management recordings. I'd like to thank ReadyTalk for their generous support of this community effort, and also welcome Holly back from ReadyTalk, who continues to support our efforts in these webinars. And it's hard to get that kind of customer support these days, and so I'm sure she'd love to have any feedback you might provide for her. It's my pleasure to welcome Professor Garrett Mueller, who will be presenting Exploring Product Line Opportunities. And this is a follow-up of last year's Product Line webinar series. For those of you who will be using Twitter, you can follow and add additional comments and questions using the Twitter hashtag #PMV during this webinar, then, of course, continue conversation after the webinar. I'd like to encourage you to make comments and ask additional questions on this blog post as well from inside the GrandView community. I'll also be collecting questions throughout this presentation to address in the question and answer session at the end of this webinar. Please feel free to send us your questions and comments in the chat section in the lower left corner of the ReadyTalk interface, and we'll try to respond to them. With that, I'm just going to go ahead and turn the time over to Garrett, who will be conducting and presenting the presentation today on product line opportunities. Garrett, go ahead.
Welcome to everyone to this presentation. First, a very brief introduction of myself. I've worked for about 20 years in industry, mostly in the healthcare industry, Philips Healthcare, or we make big medical equipment like magnetic resonance imaging scanners, also medical IT, and a few years as a semiconductor equipment company. After 20 years in industry, I've switched to research, Philips Research in Eindhoven, and I have chosen the mission to make systems architecting more accessible and more transferable to other people, because it's my experience that many people, many companies are struggling with systems architecting. As part of that effort, I've set up a website myself, the Gaudi site. You can see the URL on the first site, gaudisite.nl. And on that site, there's a lot of information about system architecting courses, but also a lot about the subject of product lines. It's called their composable architectures and reuse and a few different names. After several years at Philips Research, I moved gradually more to the academic side, to the Embedded Systems Institute in Eindhoven, the Netherlands, which is in between the industry and academia. And since 2008, I'm a professor in Norway at Buskert University College, where I'm teaching and researching systems engineering. And systems engineering is very intimately connected to product management. So let's move on to the presentation itself. The figure of content, what I will be telling to you, I will start with a brief introduction, move on to product lines and considerations about product lines. Then we'll discuss a method to analyze product lines. I want to show you how you can use workshops